I'm lying, of course. All right, everybody seems to be here. Okay, this is my first. We got 1 minute before the fabulous Tina Fish gets on the microphone. So everybody get your hands ready to clap, you naughty motherfuckers. All right, and put your hands together for Tina Fish.
It's a horrible one. It's not enough. It's not enough that the earth has shifted axis, that the equinox moon impacts us, that earthquakes shake us, while tidal waves drown us, and the media enslaves us, and our jobs drain us, and emotions feign us, and we're running to catch the last bus, and guess what? It missed us. Soul slamming on pavement, running to make it, to break the mold, and despite the cold, hold it all in and begin again. Even if every day grows more intimidating, almost spirit-breaking, I'll saddle it up and ride on. Just hang on to the last couple notes of my song, just play my trombone and let it slide, and hang on to that in spite inside, that little insight that might light a spark inside, and spark it up, and let's get high, higher to where it won't touch me. I mean, herbal hasn't always necessarily been my remedy, but it makes laughing at you come more easily, a speedy type process, just like Speedy Gonzales. I want to rush on through, because I don't have a moment or two to spare to the cares of yesterday. Hair pulled back, clothes on my back, and I have my eyes set on today. The future happens every time you take a breath, so you can be sure it's not going to stop. You can't make a hot summer day stop. You can't make a flip-flop. If you can't make it to the top, then hang on to what you got and trust in what the day might bring. Hell, it could be nothing. Then again, could be everything. It could be this revolutionary releasing with systems crashing in your ears like heartbroken tears that just disappear in the morning because you've woken up and realized, hey, I've had enough of crying and feeling sorry for myself. It's funny how it happens just like that. How just as fast fact becomes fiction, and fiction becomes conspiracy, and conspiracy becomes urban legend, and urban legend becomes... When did this shit begin? Our minds are so spiraled with the ability to choose, we don't know how to make a choice. With so many people with something to say, we've forgotten how to use our voice. But rather deliberating over Pepsi or Coke or who to exploit has us lost in a void. Maybe a slap would evoke enough physical pain to remind us of the reality. It's all the same. What game are we playing at? And what do we stand to gain? And at whose expense are you so determined to prove you're the best? Hayati, even when you cut class, they'll still let you pass. To make money, they gotta fill up desks. And eventually the real world will test and make you open those dust-filled books because you could have only gone so far with those looks, keeping them hooked until you open your mouth, and then, hey, no amount of drugs will be able to explain that. The world is what happens after you pull the rabbit from the hat. Because the rabbit won't go back. Can't accept the limitations of black, especially when it's got its eyes set on all the bunnies in the room. Guys, say no to gloom. Say no to fumes of negativity, to limitations and inability. Hell, you could say no to me. But have an opinion. And have it thick and layered, like an onion. Minus the stench. Because our world already reeks enough of that. Hello. Welcome to Team Palestine, because, you know, we're still fighting for something. Remember that 48% of tonight's proceeds go to the Rassam Kanafi Cultural... Rassam Kanafani, my bad. It's up on the poster. You could check it out. Don't take my word for it. But it's really cool. I wrote a poem for this event, which means I don't really have it memorized. Which means I have to read off a paper, which I usually hate doing. But because it's for today, and I promised you had. In fact, I said I'd write something on topic. Maybe even find a beat and drop it, do some research, see what the papers say, but the headlines ring the same: children enslaved, women made, men paid the price of detention, locked between four walls, and still this white dove masked as some NGO, as some cultural foundation of something fluttering through this crap, leaving its track on it, some little reminder of hope. It's synonymous, a lump of shit and a white dove, only reinterpreted as a sign of good luck. Yes. In 1948, they took our land, and now they've taken our tongue, our habits, our cultures, and then some. But you know what? They've done it to everyone. Standing at the end of some virtual gun, we've turned inwards into the war in ourselves, found it difficult to get our asses out of bed, only to face the same sad routine, thinking maybe this time I could do something about it. I really wanted to write something on topic, to grab your attention and hold it, and mold it into someone who'd give a shit, who wouldn't sit and let words slide past like raindrops on glass, thinking maybe this time we'd catch it. But honestly, to write something like that would make me a hypocrite. Sorry. To write something like that would make me a hypocrite, full of it. Because to really tell the truth and put it on the plate, I have no clue what went on and what we lost in 1948 that we haven't already lost before. I'd make the analogy to 1984 or this brave new world split in half, our past caught up, and this is what we have. We have leaders built on mad destruction, on releasing chemical weapons to tame a land, who rule at the end of the hand, the beginning of an eye, who have our every move monitored by satellites in the sky, who look into every detail of our lives but still find nothing worth saving. Rather sending us marching, teeth chattering into a war we've never known to protect loved ones that haven't even been born, or protect loved ones that never really came home. I don't know anything of 1948. But still, I wanted to write something on topic, to relate, set it up for debate, and wait for this promised change, this elusive white dove that flies through chains and hopefully gets out on top someday. But instead of a promised land, they've only promised us more pain. And no matter the story, the headline's still the same. Just another country, another year, and another name. I usually read one last piece to lighten up the mood. And I usually also get asked that, as an Arab, why don't I write in Arabic? And I really wish I could, but you know, considering only my mother's Lebanese, they won't give me any identity, so I think I could do whatever the fuck I want. But this poem's called Whispering in Original Tongue. If whatever Lola wants, Lola gets, if whatever Lola wants, Lola gets, then I'll bet she wasn't betting on this one. You dipped tongue in and found the crown to my queen, the secret to dreams left hidden and locked beneath jars of dirty underwear and stinky socks. I grew hot with the thought that you could read my mind, and like what all women want, could find the time to please and please again. I found myself whispering in original tongue ballads of and across the Bosphorus Peninsula and into my Arabian Gulf, my lips locked to Kasra, Fatha, and Dun and Dum. This lyrical conundrum come undone, this melting pot of bilingual tongue. You may have won the battle, but not the war. Because I don't open doors to just anyone, but I feel better when I have you near me, when you seize me with sukoon, suspended in early morning, late night spoons in bed. Lyrical verses of Shahrazad lay lingering in my head as legs spread beneath me and bodies take form of Arabic calligraphy that leave me begging for qira'ah and imla and adab. Because Habibi, you can fa'ala and al maf'ul bihi, and this rule can last infinitely. This is an amr. I ain't no beggar. I only get to my knees for my lovers. I'll let that image hover in mind before thighs are appeased with your grasp inside. There's no grammatical rule you can hide from, and if there is, I'll find it and bind it to my multicultural dictionary and carry it with me from west to east over sun-scorched deserts and snow-capped valleys of the Middle East. I'll drag my tired feet around every corner of the globe until all the tongues of the world I hold. If the word changes, it still means the same. Just like how when you're gone, pain is pain. We have a lot of cool artists here tonight. I'm done. Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you for listening.